What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video here today. We're back once again for another installment of the FIA Nations Cup and Manufacturer Series respectively. Once again, we'll start off with a brand new round for the Nations Cup in the Group 1 cars this time. Something a little bit different. Not gonna lie, I was not confident coming into this race. I know my times on the leaderboard looked pretty solid. I think I was I was almost in the top 10 on the global leaderboard, or like the leaderboard for you know, all the Aussies, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know, but anyway. But I was in the top 10 for quite a lot of the time, probably about 3-4 hours until the race starts. Someone knocked me off, so the pace was alright, but I just didn't have much confidence coming into this race. I don't do a lot of racing in these cars. I don't drive these cars that much in general, period. So I wasn't really sure whether to expect anything decent. But as you can see, we're on our one and only qualifying lap now. We've been able to get a tow from... I'm not going to try and pronounce that because undoubtedly I'll get it wrong. But hopefully this can get us somewhere near the top. We go P2, so that doesn't look too bad for the moment. But as you can see, we've cut on to the end results and we have been knocked right the way back down to 10th. So it didn't seem like a good quality lap to me. I felt like I'd get knocked down, and well, as you can see, plain and simple, we sure have. Now we're down out of the top 10, so we're on the back foot. Completely now. You can make that down in 12th now as we've been knocked down another position. You can see Metal Gear in the Audi R8. He's only in P10, so that's a bit of a surprise, but I didn't think the Audi was a great race car to use, and undoubtedly that's probably come back to bite him a little bit, as he only ends up with P10, but we only end up in P14. So this is going to be a real test to see what we can do from P14 on the grid. And man, my confidence levels are not high for this race, but let's just go and see what we can do. Alright, so here we are, round 4 I think this is, for pre-season for the FIA Nations Cup. P14 for us. Disappointed with that on some level, but in a way it didn't really come as a surprise either. I was not confident, as I've said, coming into this. I would have been ecstatic with the top 10, to be brutally honest. And we're not too far away from there, so hopefully we might be able to get inside the top 10. If I can do that, I'll be happy. But away we go. We've got Emery just in front of us, so hopefully we might be able to try and follow her through if we can, as going 12th goes way wide. Basically just gives Emery a free position there, and we're going to try and follow suit. No way through there for us at the moment. And oh, there goes somebody off to the right hand side. Somebody's got a penalty up there ahead of us, so it's already kicking off with a few people making some mistakes here already. And as you can see, they're nearly going 3 wide up there ahead of us, and there's a couple of cars that are ghosted, and oh my goodness, what is going on here? This looks like absolute bedlam, as there's another car off in the wall. Emery's nearly lost it. There's Metal Gear as well. Now with a 6-second penalty. What on earth is going on right now? as there goes Emery to go up the inside. I wasn't sure what to do there. I get a hit up the arse, go up the inside of Metal Gear and Emery. Emery gets sent into the wall there, and Jesus, what on earth happened there? Wow, boy oh boy, that was a hectic first lap. And in all of that, we're actually up inside the top 10 now. We're up into 8, and the guy in front of us has a time penalty, so we could effectively be running P7. So from 14th on the grid, we've had an absolutely epic start. So let's just have a look at what has gone on here. Metal Gear has tried to go around the outside of PRT Codes, and Codes hasn't yielded. And now let's just see. Oh, that just looks like this just all looks like a bit of a mess at the moment. I don't really know whether you'd say anyone was primarily at fault for that, but all I would say is look at that. Emery just completely did a good job to actually hang on to it there for as long as she did. But I'm not going to point fingers at anybody. Metal Gear with a 16-second time penalty as well, just for the record. So that's basically going to wipe him out of any type of even semi-decent result here for today's race. And that was really hectic. And now we have another yellow flag as we come on to lap 5. We're currently running in P7, so I'm not too sure what this is for. And as a matter of fact, that's if I'm not mistaken, I think that was actually the pole sitter and the guy who was running in second. So let's just have a look at exactly what has happened. He's just run a bit wide there. He's caught the inside curb, and that has just sent the Toyota around. He's tried to gas it up and get going again, but it hasn't quite worked for him, and that's unfortunate because he was within. He had a real good shot to win the race. I reckon he was definitely there. So a bit unfortunate, but on the upside, that's a free position for us. Effectively running P6, but into the pits now for our one and only stop. On the medium tyres we go. Not too sure what the fuel situation looks like for a lot of people around us. We re-emerge on track in P10, so we have lost out compared to where we were, but I think there's a few people ahead that are still yet to make a stop. So hopefully we might be able to gain some time back there, but that was just an absolute handout there for us. But Speed Boost just completely bottled that on the exit. Almost dropped it. He hung on to it though. A little bit of contact with us in the right rear, but no harm done. And he continues on, and so do we. In P9 now, up behind John, and I'm just going to take a stab at this. Mezimo or something. Sorry if I got that wrong. Probably did. But anyway, trying to make the move on these two now. We run into the back of, look, was that an Audi or a Porsche or a Toyota? I'm not quite sure what that was. But anyway, now we're trying to go up the inside of John here into the final two corners. We should get this done, and we do. Up to P7. Someone ahead of us in the pits as well, so that should promote us up to P6 and effectively back in to, back to right where we were. But as you can see, there he is actually coming out of the pits, and we just nip out ahead of him. That was bloody close there, but we're P6. I sure as hell didn't expect that at the start of the race. From P14, I didn't expect to damn near be running in the top 5. Half a second penalty there, so that is going to put pay to all of our good work that we've done. We save our penalty on the next lap, and that lets WTRU go through back up into P6. P5 though, somebody ahead actually pitted and onto lap 13, and he's actually bottled it, and now we're in the top 5, guys. Oh my goodness, what on earth is going on? We should not be here. We should not be running in the top 5. I have no idea what's going on. But man, this race has just been absolutely crazy. But coming on to lap 14, I think Side Dog was actually the one who made a pit stop. He's on a fresh set of what I presume is soft tyres, so there was no point in trying to hold him up there. I basically just let him go. And well, like I said, there's no point trying to fight that, because we're going to slow ourselves up and we're going to slow him up in the process. But cutting on to the penultimate lap of the race, you may notice that we are in 8th place, but we are on a brand new set of soft tyres. Now the reason I did that was because I'd seen a couple of people around me had actually done it, and looking at the track map I realised that I was only going to come out in 8th at worst, and with the new tyres I felt like I should be able to get back to P6. So that is exactly what we are trying to do. But final lap of the race now, and look at the grip difference we've got compared to our fellow Toyota driver there, just up the inside, and didn't even have to break a sweat to get that move done. The grip difference was just mental. Now up behind Speed Boost 21 again. Surprised he actually doesn't try and defend this position, but he leaves the door wide open. So we're going to go up the inside, down into the hairpin, and we should get that done, and we do. Stopped on the apex, nice traction. And there we go, back up to P6, and that is where we're going to end the race, it seems. No idea how the hell I managed to do that. From P14 on the grid. I still can't believe this, how we've come across the line for P6. I have no idea. There's just so many mistakes made by so many drivers, and I don't know, I felt like if I had practiced a bit more, maybe being able to get into a bit of a better rhythm, avoid that little penalty that we got as well, and maybe just not made some other little mistakes here and there. I think that could have been a top 5 result for us, definitely, but 230 points, it's not too bad. We go up 8 positions as well, so from 14th up to 6th. That's honestly one of my best drives I've done in a long time. But we'll skip over now to the Manufacturer Series from Tokyo. Now, this is my 4th attempt, I think, at this race. I basically did every one of the races, bar the final one, because, well, this was my 4th attempt, and I decided not to try it again after this, and you will soon see why. If you followed me on social media, you'll already know why I don't try it again. But anyway, we've got some pretty solid competition in here, including one person who I have not seen in a long time, and that is Cody Nikola Latovsky. I think I pronounced that last bit wrong, so sorry about that. But the man who almost won the Nations Cup World Tour over in Sydney, so this is going to be a bit of a test for us. I think from what he was saying, he was actually only on a controller, so this is going to be probably the best chance that anybody in here is going to have to get close to him or even beat him. Obviously easier said than done, but the first 3 attempts really just showed to me, well, it proved quite a lot of things. Number one, that if you had no slipstream in qualifying, you should count your lucky stars if you didn't qualify in dead last. So slipstream was just massively OP even in the race, and finding somebody to work with was also equally important, because there was a lot of people that didn't give 2 craps about working together, and as a result there was a lot of incidents, and there was just a lot of stupid shit that was going on, to be honest. But in this race, luckily, it went a lot smoother than the previous 3 I'd attempted. But anyway, on our qualifying lap at the moment, we've got ourselves beyond Nitro 07. A pretty decent driver in his own right. He's not exactly the fastest, but he's pretty quick. So we followed him around, and we crossed the line for a 131.6. Provisionally puts us P3, only a tenth and a half off Emery, who provisionally goes pole position. But in the end, we end up down in P5, and Cody takes pole position in a Mercedes as well. So we're in the exact same car, so definitely showing that there was more time in that lap. And I felt like, if anything, when I watched it back, I was too close to Nitro at the start of the lap. If I was a bit further back, I probably would have got a bit more of a benefit towards the end of the lap, and I probably would have done a better lap and maybe been able to back Cody up, or even nip pole position. But anyway, P5, best quality result that I've got so far, so hopefully we can do something with this in the race, but let's go find out, shall we? Alright, so here we are. Round 4 for the Manufacturer Series. I was just about to say Nations Cup there, but no. That's already been done. So here we are, Tokyo Expressway in our Mercedes. New livery again this round. Decided to go with a Maro Engel SP Tools livery. Back from when Mercedes were actually in the V8 supercars back in 2013, I think it was. And this seems like a hell of a long time ago now. But anyway, getting ready to go here for round 4 for the Manufacturer Series. And away we go from P5. We've got solid competition all around us, so we can't exactly sit back and relax for one moment here. Not to mention as well, with the way that this penalty system works, it's screwed up enough as it is. But I found that this track in particular, it is just, the penalty system seriously gets high on something. I don't know what, but it just goes absolutely haywire at this track. So hopefully we can avoid touching any cars or any walls and we don't have to worry about that. But we're going to look for a move on Macca in the BMW. But he goes very deep. He goes too deep and he's around. And I don't think he actually touched with the Mitsubishi there. But he has completely bottled it already. Emery with a 2-second time penalty. So I'm not too sure what she's got that for. Yeah, that just seems completely silly to me, but just having a look at the replay now, and he just goes too hot. I think he's actually touched Emery in the right rear there, so no, maybe that's why she's got the penalty. Maybe the game thinks that she come across him. I'm not too sure there, but look at that. That is just chaos at the back there, and that's why qualifying was so important for these races, because if you were back in the midfield and stuck in all that rubbish that was going on back there, there was no chance you were winning the race. It wasn't going to happen. There's no way. But anyway, Emery served a penalty. That's us up into P3. We're going to try and make that P2 now. As we try and make the moves on fine moves in the Mitsubishi, we go extremely deep. We get a little hit in the right rear. I tried to go deep to get around the outside. He tried to keep his nose in there though, a little bit of contact, but we get up to P2 nonetheless, and now it is a Mercedes 1-2 following Cody at the moment. We're going to try and make a move now down into the hairpin. I was a bit 50-50 on going for this, to be honest, but we go for the move anyway, and we should get that done. Bit sideways on traction, but we should maintain the lead. He's still there alongside us, but I think he actually backs out of that and slots in behind us, and just turn the lights on for a split second there just to acknowledge that and just say, hey, thanks for that. But coming on to lap 8, you saw him coming there on the radar. He looked for a move up the inside, but there was nothing going on for him there. Maintain the lead for the moment, and not going to lie, at this point things were really getting a bit tense. And speaking of tense, we get a shocking run through that chicane, and here comes fine moves in the Mitsubishi, and that is a fine move indeed around the outside. That is one of the most pathetic jokes I've ever made, so sorry about that. But anyway, we've got Cody right behind us as well. Doesn't look like he's in any hurry to get involved. He just completely backs out. Doesn't want to get involved in this fight for the lead in case something happens, but we maintain the lead at the moment. I did not want to lose this track position, and you'll see a bit why later on. But anyway, still in the lead for the moment. Just keeping one eye on the radar. I was kind of anticipating a dive, so I went slightly defensive, but nothing come of it that time. You can see Cody actually, I don't know if he was trying to make a move on fine moves there, but he almost got alongside him coming out of the hairpin. But cutting on to lap 10, now we are going to come into the pits, get off these medium tyres, and come in for a set of softs. Now that was one thing that was crucial to note as well. We started on mediums. That was the mandatory tyre to be on. So now we've gone on the softs, and now we can go to the end. And just looking behind us quickly, look at the gap that we've actually pulled. We've nearly got 3/4 of a second to that lot behind. But this is where I made a bit of a blunder. I forgot to put the fuel mix back up to 1 straight away. So he basically got right back on my ass by the time that long back straight was over. But here we go, going to try and make the move on a McLaren and an Alpha. These two have not pitted yet. They're under no obligation to get out of the way either. So this makes things a bit awkward for us as the McLaren not wanting to give us an inch. I don't think this is too smart from him, to be honest, because he's slowing himself up and all of us in the process. But you know, that's his choice. It's not like he's being lapped, so he doesn't have to get out of the way. He can fight us as much as he wants if he wants to. But as you can see, and there is Corey in the Nissan as well, so he's almost overcut everybody there. So that was a little bit scary there for a moment, just to actually see him come out of the pits. But anyway, back into the lead we go now, with Cody right under our rear wing. So Mercedes 1-2 once again, with the McLaren still in P3, Fine moves in P4. He'll be looking to get that move done as quickly as he can. But as you can see, Cody defending from the McLaren. I wasn't too sure if he was actually defending there or trying to go for a move on us, but no, he was defending to the inside. And cutting onto lap 12 down into the hairpin. Here comes the Aussie up the inside, and I think he's going to get that done. I kind of backed out there just to let him go. I didn't want to fight that too much. And Cody Latofsky goes back up into the lead. I think I've mucked up that pronunciation for the second time in a row, so sorry about that. But anyway, defending to the inside now from Fine moves in the Mitsubishi towards the end of lap 13, and he goes cleaner in the outside. There was a bit of contact made. I felt like he did come across on me a little bit, but in saying that, we kind of did that to him at the start. So, you know, all's fair and in love and war, and nothing really come out of that either. We're still well and truly in the race. We got Oscar Red Farm right behind us now in the McLaren, so we might have to watch out for him. But as you can see, Fine moves in the Mitsubishi. He doesn't want to sit behind Cody. He wants the lead of this race, and he's going to try and take it round the outside now at turn 1. He clouts the wall with the left side of that Mitsubishi, but somehow he's actually got that done. So that is a really impressive move from the Mitsubishi driver. They're actually quite impressed with that. But right up under the rear wing of Cody now, we're going to try and look for a move. He goes for a send up the inside of Fine moves, and we're going to try and follow suit. That was a little bit awkward. We locked the rears there a little bit, but we actually get a hit from the McLaren behind, which kind of pushes us alongside Fine moves in the Mitsubishi. And that Mitsubishi just has nothing in terms of horsepower compared to us two Mercedes. And we get back into P2, cutting on a little bit later onto lap 16 into the hairpin. Still sitting behind Cody at the moment, not really wanting to overtake. And as you can see, big mess right here in the hairpin. Emery, I don't want to say T-boned us there, because Cody actually checked up quite a lot there in that hairpin, a lot more than I expected. I was just able to react to it, but I don't think Emily was able to. And she hit us up the arse, and then in turn that sent us into Cody. But we're still well and truly within a chance of winning this race. Cody with a run on the top two now. He's going to look left. We're going to look right. 3 wide now. This can't end well, surely. We're going to send it up the inside. And we have just made a double overtake on 2 of the most, I don't know whether I want to say most experienced, but 2 of the quickest guys, or one of the quickest guys, and the quickest girl that I've ever raced. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say there for the life of me, so I'm sorry about that, really. Like, English, it's terrible. But anyway, they're still there in P3 and P4, so we can't relax too much. But coming on to lap 17, here we go, up behind Oscar in the McLaren with the slipstream, and we are just going to blast past the McLaren, and up into the lead we go with just over a lap remaining. But this is where things start to get a little bit awkward, because that was a test run, to be honest, but I don't want to be in the lead here. So what I'm actually going to do is we come down into the hairpin. I'm going to pretend to go a little bit deep. Actually, we do go a bit deep. We go a lot more deep than what I originally planned, but it worked well enough anyway, because Oscar has got through. We're still comfortably ahead of Cody and Emily by about 3/4 tenths, but here we go. This is for the race win in the slipstream of Oscar in the McLaren. We pull to the left-hand side by side now through the tunnel. This is for the race, for the race win rather. And here comes Cody in the background. Look at the Mercedes on the radar. He might try and take P2 here. We're going to defend to the inside. I don't want to give either of these guys an inch to try and take this win away. This is going to be the first time that I've ever won a Manufacturer Series race, if I can pull this off. Into the hairpin for the final time. Those two go side by side. Cody's in the wall, so his day is done. Round the final corner we go. We've got a fairly poor run through there actually. And here comes Oscar in the slipstream. We got to watch out on the radar. There he is. I'll try and... Oh, we've done it. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh man. We finally did it. We've won a bloody Manufacturer Series race. I was willing to risk anything there to keep that win right at the end. We move left a little bit, and that was just enough. We win here at Tokyo Expressway by 600ths of a second. That was honestly one of the best and most fun races I've ever done. Alright, so there we go guys, that has been today's video. Round 4 for the Nations Cup and Manufacturer Series respectively. I have no idea how we've done that, to be honest. 6th place in the Nations Cup, real solid result, I'm pleased with that. But to win a Manufacturer Series race against that kind of competition, I'm very pleased with that. But manufacturer ranking still sitting in 2nd, just behind Honda, so that's pretty solid. But thank you guys for watching. If you all enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, stay tuned for plenty more, and I'll see you all next time.